Welcome everyone, Lance Scurv here, the Scurv Podcast. Today's title, Is Your Breakdown Actually a Breakthrough? When life falls apart, the hidden purpose behind the chaos. Let's say it plainly. You're not ready. And deep down, you already know that. This is not a personal attack. It's not shame. It's truth. There's a quiet feeling inside you that has been whispering for years. It shows up as restlessness. It shows up as emptiness. It shows up as a strange discomfort that will not leave, even when everything looks fine on the outside. You try to ignore it. You tell yourself you're stressed. You blame your age, your job, your relationships, the economy. But the feeling remains. It lingers when you wake up. It sits with you when you're alone. It follows you into your next goal and your next plan. That feeling is not random. It's a warning that something inside you must change. Have you noticed that right before something big happens in your life, everything seems to fall apart? Friendships shift. Money gets tight. Your body feels tired. Motivation fades. It feels like you're going backward. But what if you're not going backward at all? What if you're being stripped of what no longer fits? Didn't think about it that way, did you? Life does not prepare you by making you comfortable. Can I say that again? Life does not prepare you by making you comfortable. It prepares you by exposing you. It removes the parts of you that are built on fear, pride, and old habits. It does not punish you. It trains you. The problem is that most people misunderstand the process. They see loss and call it injustice. They see chaos and call it failure. A hard truth is this: you can't receive a new life while holding on to your old identity. You cannot ask for change while protecting the same mindset that created your current situation. Something has to end. Something has to die. And that something is often the version of you that feels safest. You see, when life shakes you, it's not always testing your strength. Sometimes it's revealing your truth. Pressure does not create your cracks. It exposes them. Under stress, your fears rise. Your need for approval shows up. Your control issues become clear. Your pride becomes loud. These things were already there. Now you can see them under the circumstances. Many people believe they're being destroyed when their world changes. In reality, they're being revealed. You find out how much you depend on validation. You find out how afraid you are of being alone. You find out how much of your confidence was just a mask. That discovery hurts, but it is also powerful. If you're in your late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or beyond, you have likely noticed patterns in your life. The same type of relationship, the same type of argument, the same type of ending. Different faces, same result. That's not bad luck. That's a cycle. And cycles continue until awareness breaks them. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, why is this happening again? That one word changes everything. Again. It forces you to look inward. It forces you to see your role. Life repeats lessons until you respond differently. There's another truth that's uncomfortable. You may not be afraid of failure. You may be afraid of success. See, success brings responsibility. It removes your excuses. It demands that you show up fully. It requires you to shine. Shining sounds good in theory, but shining means you can no longer hide. You can no longer blame your past. You can no longer say you are not ready. Many people stay busy instead of moving forward. They plan, they prepare, they research, they talk, but they never leap. You tell yourself you're waiting for the right time, the right mood, the right opportunity. But the truth is, you're waiting to feel safe. And real change does not feel safe. It feels uncertain. It feels exposed. It feels like stepping into something you cannot control. Your mind wants safety, even if that safety is a cage. It will tell you, wait a little longer. Be realistic. Don't risk it. And while you listen, time moves. Opportunities pass. And the life you want stays just out of reach. Many adults are experts at survival. You learn to survive as a child. You learn to read the room. You learn to adjust your personality. You learn to stay small or stay strong depending on what kept you safe. Those skills helped you, but they are not the same as living. Survival is about avoiding pain. Living is about embracing truth. When you make decisions just to avoid discomfort, you stay stuck. When you make decisions from your deepest truth, even when it's scary, you begin to live. Real transformation is quiet. It does not need applause. It does not need social media approval. It happens in private moments. It happens when you say enough in your own heart. Enough pretending. Enough settling. Enough blaming. That moment is powerful. It's not loud. It's calm. It's clear. You do not need more proof. You simply know that you cannot keep being who you have been. To become who you are meant to be, you must grieve who you were. That includes the image you built, the strong one, the victim, the fixer, the people pleaser, the one who always had it together. Some of that identity kept you safe, but it may now be holding you back. It hurts to admit that some of your strength was fear in disguise. It hurts to see how long you stayed in patterns that did not serve you. But that pain is not there to shame you. It's there to free you. When you stop lying to yourself, something shifts. You feel lighter. Not because life is easier, but because you're no longer divided inside. You stop chasing signs. You stop begging for validation. You trust your next step, even if you cannot see the whole path. Life does not transform through intention alone. It transforms through decision. Not tomorrow, not when you feel stronger, but now, right now. The present moment is the only place you are free. You do not need a dramatic leap. You need an honest one. One clear choice that says, I will no longer repeat what I already know is not for me. Clarity comes after the decision, not before it. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Every loss shaped you. Every disappointment revealed you. Every silence forced you to listen. The question is not whether life is testing you. The question is whether you are willing to respond differently. Right now, there's a version of you who already made the brave choice. That version stopped negotiating with fear. That version stopped waiting for permission. If you want that life, start acting like that person today. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. You need to be honest with yourself. When everything feels like it is falling apart, do not run. Observe. Breathe. Decide. It may not be your end. It may be your true beginning. In retrospect, when I look over my life, when I look over the lives of others who I know really well, this is so true. Some learn it earlier, and some learn it later. There are many people who procrastinate and stay in the safe place of preparation. I know someone who has been doing a project since the middle 1970s, and they have never moved forward on this project. They've revved their engine somewhat, they've postured, they scribbled a little bit and put some ideas down, but this grand plan that they have to complete this project never took off. And if you ask them now, they're telling you it's in the process of being worked on. And it's nothing for me to say. I can't make a decision for this person, for themselves. They've got to do it for themselves, put it that way. I can't do it. I've got my own things that I have to focus on. But you see, some of us, not everyone, we have people out here, the Mr. and Mrs. Fix-It, who will abandon their own greatness, their own seeds of greatness that they have, to always be there to fix someone else, to avoid the challenge of growing from within. Some deep stuff. And years are going by, and we're not going to be here forever. And I struggle with the many things that I have in my heart that I've learned I've had to focus on one thing at a time. I know many people wish me well, as well as there may be a few who don't, which doesn't matter to me. But this year, 2026, I've approached my projects in a more laid-back fashion where I can enjoy every minute of it, and I will not be extended beyond what my energies have to give for that day. And I made a vow to enjoy life more, to have the experiences hands-on with my focus in that moment. For me, lots of times my focus has been on what I do online. Even when I'm somewhere nice, if I go to the beach, a nice restaurant, I'm planning on what I'm going to do later on. And I'm like, Let it come from the heart, which it always has. But take your head out of it and keep your head in the present moment. And of course, you have to make plans. You have to focus on that. But don't let the potential or the plans of the future block out your present, because what I've learned is that your future is now. Today is the future. We have to make a rough plan to a point, but let's not get caught up in the plans. And then tomorrow we'll make more plans, and tomorrow, the day after that, we'll refine it even more. because the actual execution of the plan will never happen. You'll spend a lifetime planning. While others who may not have as much talent or ability as you, they grab the bull by the horns and they make it happen. And they succeed. And to yourself, you say to yourself, I've got more talent. I know more than them. I have more experience. But look, they went out and did it. That's because you procrastinated too much. Because you fear success oftentimes. Maybe you don't want to shine. Some people have the intention of shining and that's it, with no substance behind them. And they shine in this fickle world. It's never been my goal, and that shouldn't be yours. Because shining only lasts but for so long. That there's nothing behind it. It's like cheap jewelry that's polished up and shiny. And because it's so shiny, you go for it. And you buy it. Wear it around your wrist or around your neck, and it starts to turn green. So for me, something lasting, a legacy that I can enjoy now, even if the world doesn't give me any applause. Seriously, within myself, I want to enjoy that success sincerely from the heart. But I'm not afraid to approach it. I'm not afraid to move forward. Yes, we have an idea of what direction we want to go into, but I'm not going to get caught up in the perpetual planning of that. I'm not afraid, never was. Just had some energies misdirected, but now I'm turning all of the energies inward and focusing and burning through any obstacle that is in my way. I hope these words have inspired you, and to look within. Maybe there are some cracks in the armor. Maybe there is some insecurity from the past of something that was put in your head from childhood or an old relationship. We got to move those cobwebs off. I mean, it's like somebody who is driving down the highway, but they're looking at their phone and intermittently looking at the road, which is a dangerous thing. You have another person who's high on drugs, who doesn't realize they're even driving. They think it's a video game. And then you might have something in your eye. All of this can cause accidents, which looks the same. So you weren't looking at your phone. You weren't high on drugs. But a person passing by may insinuate that you were. And it was for a whole different reason. Stop worrying about what people think. Stop worrying about the outcome or validation. The most unique people, artists, performers, business people, when they feel that idea in their heart and they move forward, lots of times those aspirations are crushed by the naysayers who don't believe in themselves. So you'll hear it. They'll make sure to deliver the negative message and make sure that seed is planted in your mind, so they can feel safe and good in their inactivity or their lack of drive to move toward their goals every single day. They will give you free time to chat all day long because they take comfort in the fact that you're not moving forward because they've given up on themselves. They'll tell you, oh, years ago you could have been a great artist, a great writer. You could have been a great comedian. You could have. That's to make you feel bad. But when they saw those qualities in you from years before, they never opened their mouth to encourage you. They were threatened by that. Now they want to rub it in your face. So never think that way. You have today. Use today to move forward in what you need to do. But don't get caught up in a perpetual state of preparation where you leave this earth and nobody ever knows what was inside of you. Again, this is Lance Scurv X, the Scurv Podcast. Make sure to go to lancescurvx.com and sign up with your email, and you'll get all of the content that you see here and a lot that you will never see on social media. And leave your comments there also. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, I do have my plans, but I'm not focusing on the plan. I'm focusing on what I have to do today to make the plan come alive. Never forget that. Even if it's just a little bit of movement toward your plan in the future, you'll be better off tomorrow than you were today because you got that accomplished. Much love to you all. Lance Scurv out. I'm on to the next one. Peace.